Hello students, welcome back to Educating Everyone channel. In the previous video, we have discussed MA English Entrance Test important notes. So in sequence to that, today we'll go with some other important notes which focus on the founders and the fathers of English literature. So we can expect some questions from this context, from this area. So I think it will be very useful to you. So let us go to the text. Now the first one, father of English poetry. So Geoffrey Chaucer, who belongs to the 14th century, and he was also considered as a well of English poetry. So he has written in different languages. Really, he was a great poet. So he was considered as a father of English poetry. Next, father of English essay. That is Francis Bacon. Really, Bacon essays. He has covered almost everyday issues, everyday topics in the form of an essay. So really, one of the famous essays from him is Of Truth, of Death, of Revenge, and of Studies. This is very good, and you will come to know many things about the importance of the study. So Francis Bacon, considered as the father of English essay. Now, founder of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud. So this is a technique in literature. So stream of consciousness, that and psychoanalysis, these concepts being introduced into literature. Generally we'll find this in The Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence. So this is another concept we will find in Sigmund Freud. So he was considered as founder of psychoanalysis. Next, the founder of touchstone method, it is Matthew Arnold. This touchstone method is being used in the criticism to analyze, evaluate the poem, so in certain measures and standards. So this is a touchstone method mentioned by Matthew Arnold. Next, the father of pre-Raphaelite movements. So pre-Raphaelite's brotherhood, it is a group of poets who have written certain important issues in their poetry. So D.G. Rossetti, he was considered as the father of pre-Raphaelite movement. Next, the father of English drama. This is Christopher Marlowe. Christopher Marlowe is Shakespeare's contemporaries, and his plays like Edward II, Dr. Faustus, Joe of Malta, really they are great plays, and he has used different techniques in his drama. So Dr. Faustus, really that has been very popular centuries together. So Christopher Marlowe, he was considered as the father of English drama. Morning Star of Reformation, that is John Wycliffe. So his contribution made him to as a Morning Star of Reformation. Next, the child of Renaissance and Reformation, that is Edmund Spenser. We also call Edmund Spenser as a poet's poet. So his sonnets are very popular. So Edmund Spenser was considered as a child of Renaissance and Reformation because of his contribution during this era. That is the reason he was given this title. Next, the father of Gothic novels, Horace Walpole. Gothic novels is a trend in English literature. So we'll see Wuthering Heights and Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's are the notable works of the Gothic novels. So in the medieval times, people, they have expected and enjoyed this Gothic literature. Next one is exponent of domestic novels, that is Jane Austen. So we know that she has written just 6 novels, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, Sense and Sensibility. These are the famous novels by Jane Austen. So all her works discuss the domestic issues, so and the concept of the marriage, relationships. So that is the reason her novels treated or considered as domestic novels. So she is an expert in that concept. Next is exponent of dramatic monologue. So Robert Browning is considered as an exponent of dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue is a kind of a poem like Soliloquy. In drama we use, dramatic monologue we use in the poetry. So famous dramatic monologues by Browning are My Lost Duchess, Andrea del Sarto. Even Lord Alfred Tennyson also has written Ulysses. So these are all the famous dramatic monologues. It's a new technique in the poetry during the Victorian era. Now the other one is the father of English novel, that is Henry Fielding. So his contribution, his work to develop, to raise the English novel in England. So that is the reason he was considered as a father of English novel, and he is also one among the four pillars of English novel. Henry Fielding, Richardson, and Smollett Sten. These four are considered as the four pillars of English novel. Next, the father of American transcendentalism. This is Ralph Waldo Emerson. So from American literature. So he has formed intellectuals group as a transcendentalism. It was a movement, though it was very short, but we will see the impact of transcendentalism even today's American culture, life, even very particularly in American literature. So Ralph Waldo Emerson was a great influential person, so who brought many changes in American literature. He was considered as the father of American transcendentalism. Next, the father of historical novels. So even this, the historical place we will find in William Shakespeare, but historical novels, they'll discuss the incidents took place in the history in the form of a novel. So this made popular by Sir Walter Scott. So he was considered as the father of historical novel. Next one is the Prince of English Essays. This is Charles Lamb. Charles Lamb's Essays of Elia. So this is a pen name he has used. So he was considered as a Prince of English Essayist because his essays are very simple, aboristic, and also very lucid, clear to understand the people. Now, as I said just now, Edmund Spenser was also considered as a poet's poet. So his poetry really very simple, that touches the heart of the readers. So you will enjoy when you read Amoretti, Edmund Spenser's collection of poems and his sonnets also. Now the founder of metaphysical school of poetry, that is John Donne, and John Donne is also popularized this metaphysical poetry. So Good Morrow, Valediction, so and Canonization, these are the famous poems by John Donne in the concept of in the view of metaphysical concept. So really, when you read John Donne's poetry, you will understand, especially is the prime focus on the love, and his own personal love he has written in the form of metaphysical poetry. The next one is a critic. So that is William Hazlitt. He was considered as a critic's critic. So Alexander Pope, Matthew Arnold, so these are all the people comes into that category, right? Even so many other people. So among them, William Hazlitt is considered as a critic's critic. Now the founder of transformational grammar, that is Noam Chomsky. So he has also talked about the language acquisition, and there was a discussion was going on language learning and language acquisition. So in that context, he has emphasized transformational grammar. So you can transform the learning in mother tongue to the target language. Then exponent of epistolary novel. This is Samuel Richardson. So epistolary novel in the form of a letters exchanging. So Samuel Richardson is very famous. Joseph Andrews, Pamela, these are the notable and example works of epistolary novel. So next one is exponent of sprung rhyme, that is G.M. Hopkins. So his best and beautiful poem, that is Paid Beauty, Windover, these are the examples of G.M. Hopkins. So he was considered and regarded as exponent of sprung rhyme. Then exponent of regional novels, this is Thomas Hardy. Like in Indian literature, we will find Malgudi in R.K. Narayan's works. In the same way, Thomas Hardy also created a kind of regional Wessex and Sussex. So that became very popular. He was considered as a regional is the exponent of the regional novels. Then next, exponent of practical criticism, this is I.A. Richards. This is in the theories of the practical criticism. Next work is father of English criticism, that is John Dryden. So he belongs to the 18th century, and his famous works made him as a father of English criticism. So next, if we go to the another one, the well of English poetry is Geoffrey Chaucer. Already I said. So Chaucer also considered as the father of English poetry, and he was also considered as an English poetry, the well of English poetry, because of his contribution. His poems is long. Some poems are in 3,000 lines, 4,000 lines. So the best example in the narrative style, that is Canterbury Tales, is one among them. Then the next one is introducer of printing press in England, that is William Caxton. We all know that John Gutenberg, he invented the printing press, but that is first time used in England by William Caxton. Then the precursors of English novel are Addison and Steele. So their novels and works made them as into this specialized category. So Thomas Gray, he was considered as a founder of Graveyard School of Poetry. So Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard is one of the famous poems from Thomas Gray. So there was a group of poets. They were considered as a Graveyard School of Poets. So Thomas Gray, he is the founder of this style of poetry. Next, the father of modern drama, Eugene O'Neill, from African literature. So he has brought culture and identity crisis in modern drama, that is Eugene O'Neill. Even you will also find Airy Hape. This is also one among the classics from the Eugene O'Neill. Then founder of Irish theatre movement, that is W.B. Yeats, William Butler Yeats from Irish. So he started this literary movement in Ireland. So he was considered as the founder of Irish theatre movement. So dear students, we will discuss more and more in the coming videos. So if you are not subscribed, subscribe for more information. All the best and thank you.